Welcome back to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. I'm Chase Hartzell, joined by Chris Babb for Game 2 of this doubleheader between Ouachita and Oklahoma Baptist. Now it's time for the men to take the floor.
Chase, Oklahoma Baptist comes into the game with a 5-5 record, 2-2 in conference play. The Tigers come in 3-6, 1-3. That one came just before Christmas break as Ouachita defeated Arkansas Monticello. Take a look at the GAC standings as still really early in the conference race. You see the top 8 teams there above the white line. If you're above that white line at the end of the season, you'll qualify for the GAC tournament. Right now, Arkansas Tech, the only undefeated team at 4-0. East Central and Southeastern tied at 3-1. A group of teams there, 5 of them at 2-2. And then 4 teams at 1-3, including Ouachita. So Chase, really early in the conference race. 2 games separate second from 12th. A lot of things going on. Take a look at what else is going on around the Great American Conference tonight. Across the street, Southern Nazarene is taking on Henderson State. Harding is hosting Southeastern Oklahoma State. Northwestern Oklahoma State made the long trip to Arkansas, but Monticello, Arkansas. And then Southwestern Oklahoma State is at Southern Arkansas. Chase, when you look at these 2 teams, both of these teams are trying to get on track. Oklahoma Baptist 5-5, but when you take a look at the team comparison between these 2 teams, it's a list that really shows that there's not a ton of separation. Only 1 game. But the shooting percentages, the free throw percentages, assist to turnover rates, but the scoring is where Ouachita is really trying to get things going. They were able to do that against UAM. When you look at Ouachita, leading the way for Ouachita is going to be Tyler Haynes, 14.7 points per game, 6.2 rebounds. He's the leading scorer and leading rebounder for Ouachita. For Oklahoma Baptist, it's several. The Terry Conner Jr., the freshman from Birmingham, Alabama, averages 17.5 points per game. He only averages 2.7. The leading rebounder on the team is Nathan Wilson, the 6'8", 215-pound junior from Auckland, New Zealand. Also the hometown of Marvin Williams-Dunn, Ouachita's guard. Rebounds there, you see Wilson. Ricky Brown, the leading free throw shooter at 92.3%. Last game out, Conner Jr. had 33 points in Oklahoma Baptist. 84-83 loss to East Central. For Ouachita, we mentioned Haynes, the leading scorer and rebounder. Emory Knox, 90.9% from the free throw percentage. And then Knox was the leading scorer in the last time out with 23 points for the Tigers. Chase, anytime you have a long break, you'll be interested to see how the teams come out. Ouachita did not play a game over the Christmas break. Neither did Oklahoma Baptist, so neither team may have the edge there.
Well, this will be a fun matchup between 2 teams that, when you look at the preseason polls, they were neighbors. Ouachita was projected at number 6. Oklahoma Baptist was projected at number 7. For the Tigers right now, trying to move up into a qualifying spot, it's still very early in the Great American Conference slate, but these are the kind of games that you look back on at the end of conference play and you really see as the separating factor.
They are. Oklahoma Baptist won its first 2 games in conference play and then lost 2 in a row, and that's where they fall at 2-2. Ouachita lost its first 3 and then came back with the win right before Christmas to send them into the break on a good note. And this is one of those games where it'll be interesting to see the flow, see the rhythm. Oklahoma Baptist is going to have a size advantage most of the time. And this is one of those games where you don't really know what's going to happen. You never could have guessed in the first game that Ouachita's women would be up by 29 and almost win by 40 points. But nevertheless, these first few minutes will give us a good indication.
With that, we send it over to public address announcer Dr. Casey Model for the introduction of tonight's starting lineups.
see the starting lineups on the screen. We have one change. Trevin Wade, the 5'10 graduate guard, and number 1, Nathan Wilson, the 6'8 junior forward. Terry Conner Jr. does not look like a white blank space. Something happened with his picture on that graphic, Chase, but Conner, we mentioned, had 33 points in the last game out. Ricky Brown, the 6'2 senior guard, and starting tonight, Daniel Ransom, a junior forward. We did hear that 3 of the players on the roster are not with them tonight, and I'll have to get those names from Todd Miller with the Oklahoma Baptist broadcast crew. Starting lineup for Ouachita go this way. Emory Knox, the 6-foot junior guard. Reggie Martin, the 6'2 junior guard. Emory Knox is averaging 12.6 and 2.7 rebounds per game. Reggie Martin, the junior guard, averaging 11.4 and 4.2 points per game. Taryn Williams, 6'5 junior forward, 11.9. Taryn Williams, 11.9 points and 3.9 rebounds per game. Tyler Haynes, the team leader in scorer and rebounding, as we mentioned, 14.7 and 6.2. And then rounding out the starting lineup, 6'3 junior guard Kobe Dunlap of Greenbrier at 6.2 points and 1.2 rebounds per game. Jace, we are about ready to roll. It's time for Tiger basketball as both of these teams look to get the new year started off quickly. If you're just joining us, Happy New Year. Glad you tuned in to OSDN. This is the student media production program at Ouachita Baptist, housed in the Rogers Department of Communications. Chase Hartzell, our senior communications and media major, will have play-by-play tonight. Would like to thank our students who came back a little bit early: Blaze Batson, Chloe Velleman, Nate Hollis, and Gavin Wallace from our OSDN students. And also like to thank Shane Hartzell, the East teacher at Magnet Cove High School, for bringing some of his students over, and they're helping us out on the broadcast crew tonight, along with Kate Parent, a senior at Arkadelphia High School, who about 7 months will be a member of OSDN, and she'll be a freshman at Ouachita. And so our thanks to them for coming back during Christmas break and bringing this game to you. Chase, it's time for basketball.
Tyler Haynes wins the tip for Ouachita as Emory Knox brings the ball up the floor. Tigers in the white and purple jerseys tonight. Oklahoma Baptist going with the black and gold combination, reminiscent of another jersey I saw from Oklahoma a few years ago, those nice City Connects for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Just underway here, and we're having some issues with our graphics connection, so we'll have to give our viewers at home a little bit more detail of score and time as Ricky Brown gets things going with a three-pointer from the right wing, the senior from Valdosta. I believe that's supposed to be Georgia. He did transfer from Valdosta State University.
Tyler Haynes shakes off the contact and gets the 2, although it looked like he wanted the foul for a shot at 3. There's the pass inside, seamless transition, and Nathan Wilson finishes with the 2. Easily the tallest player on the floor tonight, standing at 6'8". Ball is stripped away by Trevin Wade, but Emory Knox says right back at you. Following that score off the steal. Tigers trailed by 1. Here's the shot from deep. Hits the bottom of the net. Credit the triple to Terry Conner Jr., native of Birmingham, Alabama. He has the Bison lead up to 4 with just under 2 minutes gone here in this Great American Conference contest. 2 threes already made for Oklahoma Baptist. Martin drives the baseline, pulls up from mid-range. It's short. Daniel Ransom has the board for the Bison. There's the drive inside, right-handed finish. Terry Conner Jr. already up to 5 points.
Conner averaging 17.5 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, just under 3 assists, and he's getting a quick start tonight.
Meanwhile, an and 1 for the Ouachita Tigers.
Foul on the Bison, number 20, Daniel Ransom. That's his first personal foul and Oklahoma Baptist's first team foul of the half. Basket by Ouachita's number 11, Tyler Haynes, is good.
So now we will see Tyler Haynes go to the charity stripe, looking to successfully convert the three-point play, and he does just that.
Chase, he leads the team in points and rebounds, and he's just among the team leaders in free throw percentage as well, just under 77% from the free throw line.
Connor Jr. looking for some separation. Good on-ball defense by Reggie Martin. There's the pass inside. It was last touched by Daniel Ransom, so the ball will head Ouachita's way, but you could tell, Chris, on that last play, they were trying to use Nathan Wilson's height advantage.
And now they're going to go for a little bit more. F.A. Sakaraglu. Is that Sakaraglu, the freshman forward? Not many are going to be taller than Nathan Wilson, but Sakaraglu is.
Dunlap for three. It's offline.
Sakaraglu, 6'10", 215, the freshman from Istanbul, Turkey, transferred from Virginia Episcopal School.
Right-handed finish that time for Trevin Wade.
Wade formerly played in the SWAC at Alcorn State in Alcorn, Mississippi. He's a native of Marietta, Georgia.
Miscommunication, and it results in a Ouachita turnover. Jason Eaker was fired up after that last play from his defense, really giving the Tigers no option. Wade has some space on the right side, but decides to cut back to the left. Looking for a screen, perhaps. There's the drive by Brown. Wade, spin move inside. Puts it up for mid-range. Second opportunity's no good. Ball's tied up. And again,
that's the size of Sakaraglu. The 6'10" freshman was able to keep things alive and then just play above the fray and get that basket to go to give Oklahoma Baptist the 7-point lead.
With that last make from Sakaraglu, the Bison lead is up to 7. Tigers looking for an answer. Dialed up from distance, but no connection. Udomo, guarded by Martin. Waiting for an opening. Wade pulls up, hand in his face. That was an excellent contest by Emory Knox. That'll take us to the under-16 timeout with 15-16 remaining in the first half of play. Your score, Oklahoma Baptist 14, Ouachita 7. You're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Taylor King Law, we understand that being injured can be a stressful and overwhelming experience.
And that's why we're here to help you every step of the way.
As your dedicated legal team, we'll stand by your side when you're being ignored.
We'll be on your side to fight for the compensation you deserve.
Don't let the insurance companies intimidate you. Let us go to work for you.
Call us today and let us help you get back on the road to recovery.
On your side, by your side. When you've been injured, we're here for you.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Welcome back to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Chris, those first 5 minutes, clear advantage for the Bison, doing a great job shooting from deep, but also disrupting the offensive game plan of the Tigers.
Yeah, Ouachita 3 of 7 from the field. Not a terrible percentage, but 2 turnovers, but just hadn't been able to get the looks they want. On the offensive end of the floor, Oklahoma Baptist has been hot. 6 of 8 for 75% from the field, 2 of 3 from three-point range. Haven't been to the free throw line yet, but when you combine the disruption defensively with good offense, that's why it's going to give you a 7-point lead. We saw that in the women's game. It was just Ouachita being on the other end of that with on the women's side.
It's going to be a traveling violation called on the Tigers. Getting some high fives from his teammates for forcing the turnover. That's Ricky Brown, the senior guard from Valdosta. Tough pressure. Now Kobe Dunlap going the other way. Goes up with one hand and the foul.
Give that credit. Kobe Dunlap gets the steal and the layup and the foul, but give credit to Taryn Williams and Emery Knox for forcing that double team in the corner just past the half court line and forcing the errant pass. Kobe Dunlap is able to come up with a steal and the transition layup and the foul. MJ Leslie comes into the game for Ouachita the first time, replacing Reggie Martin. Nathan Wilson back into the game for Oklahoma Baptist, along with Matthew Veen, the 6'5", 200-pound junior from Denver, Colorado. Also new into the game for the Bison, Ransom is back into the game. The 6'6", 215-pound junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, Cape Fear Community College. So Tyler Haynes listed at 6'5". Taryn Williams listed close. Oklahoma Baptist is going to have the size advantage most of the night.
That one's going to earn some groans from the Ouachita bench. As we could hear it from here, it sounded like he connected with ball, but the official says that Dunlap connected with Wilson as well.
Yeah, he definitely got the ball, so I don't think the foul was at the hands. I think it might have been on the shoulder. After Kobe Dunlap blocked the shot, I think his continuation caught him in the shoulder. So sub ready to get in the game. Coach let me in the game. Udoma was ready to come in, but he's got to wait till after the first free throw. Joshua Udomo, the 6'4", 170-pound sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oklahoma Baptist, not one of the better free throw shooting teams in the conference, 64.5%. Conversely, Ouachita at the top of the conference at 75.4% from the free throw line. And now we see a little full court pressure. Watch the trap. Emery Knox is going to have to try to beat the trap, and then he does that. Thankfully, the ball was tipped, but that would have been a turnover caused by the Oklahoma Baptist pressure.
There's the pass inside to Haynes. Excellent cut to the basket, shakes off the contact. You can tell from Haynes' reaction that it's been a physical game down low and he's waiting for some foul calls.
Ouachita stayed in there and got this to a three-point game. Gavin Snyder, the freshman guard from Little Rock, set to check in the next dead ball.
Lay in from mid-range, rims in and then rims out. Now an opportunity for three. That one's off the front iron. Dunlap struggles to corral it, but does so successfully. Knox kicks it out to Williams for three. Nothing but nylon.
Aaron Williams, 34% three-point shooter on the year, gets that one to go, and Ouachita's battled back and has tied this one up.
Terry Connor Jr. looking for some retaliation after that equalizer from the Tigers. Almost forcing the travel, but a great backdoor cut. Draws the foul and almost has an and one opportunity. Instead, it will be a trip to the charity stripe for two for Trevin Wade.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting two for Oklahoma Baptist, number 0, Trevin Wade.
Wade, a 51.4% free throw shooter, 19 of 37 on the season. Never would have been able to tell by that one. You look at this Oklahoma Baptist roster: Marietta, Georgia, Auckland, New Zealand, Mustang, Oklahoma, Birmingham, Alabama, Edmond, Oklahoma, just outside Oklahoma City, Valdosta, Georgia, Little Rock, Arkansas, Denver, Colorado, Istanbul, Mansfield, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, 2 from Oklahoma, and another one from Texas. Players from all over, and that's very similar to the Ouachita roster. We saw in the women's game, Oklahoma and Texas heavy on the Oklahoma Baptist roster. Arkansas and Texas heavy on the Ouachita roster. Different on the men's side as Taryn Williams skies for the nice rebound and gets the putback.
With that, Ouachita takes the lead for the first time tonight. Wade looking to cut, passes it inside to Wilson, and Williams is going to be charged with a foul. Not too happy about the call as he thought he made a good swat at the ball. Coach Nutt's in disbelief as well.
Well, he thought it should have been called on the floor. The official had it on the shot.
First shot from Wilson is good. Second shot is good. Now we will see a substitution.
Shakira Glue comes back into the game for the Bison along with Matthew Veen.
Tigers moving the ball around the perimeter.
Oklahoma Baptist going to a zone using Terry Connor Jr. out at the top of that.
Snyder.
2-3 along, that's a 1-3-1-ish. Hand in the passing lane, steal, and that's nice transition, but the pass was too strong.
Leslie has the ball. He's going to get it up to Martin. Martin just pulls up for three. Flawless shot that time. After that last triple from the junior guard, the Tigers' lead is up to 2. Bison swinging the ball around the perimeter.
Belton gives Ouachita a little bit more size. Nice ball defense by Gavin Snyder on that possession. Marvin Williams done with a strong rebound. Gavin Snyder did a nice job of guarding Connor. Transition strong for Ouachita on that possession.
Oklahoma Baptist looking to calm the momentum wave that the Tigers are currently riding. Shakira Glue posting up against Belton. Hook shot is in. Snyder bringing the ball up for Ouachita. Just reached the 11-minute mark and the Tigers enjoying a 1-possession lead. Martin driving the left side, kicks it out to Williams Dunn. Pump fakes. Leslie's open for 3, and his rattles around, but he gets the shooter's roll.
The Tigers shooting 36% on the season from three-point range, 3 of 6 tonight.
Strong finish that time, no foul called, but it'll still be 2 points for Joshua Udomo. MJ Leslie steps back for 3.
Nice hustle by Reggie Martin.
Now Williams Dunn pulls up for the trifecta, and his hits the bottom of the net.
Marvin Williams Dunn gets the three-pointer to go. He caught that one in stride. Ouachita now 4 of 8 from three-point range.
Shakira Glue set the screen, but the Bison do opt to go to the right side. Shakira Glue, nice post move, draws some contact, tried to just punch the ball up and in. Last touch by the Bison, it's headed Ouachita's way after the break. With 9:49 remaining in the first half of play, your score, Ouachita 28, Oklahoma Baptist 22. You're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University, the first Thursday night of January. Happy New Year. It's Great American Conference play. Scores from around the conference: Southern Nazarene 16, Henderson State 15 with 10:10 left in the first half. Southeastern Oklahoma State leads Harding 23-17 with 11:57 left in the first. Southern Arkansas trails Southwestern Oklahoma State 25-18 with 9:20 left in the first half. And just underway in Monticello, no score between Northwestern Oklahoma State and UAM. Pressure from Oklahoma Baptist out of the timeout. MJ Leslie gets stuck in the corner and then tried to find Snyder, and that pass was too tall, and that's why you trap in the corner as the defense, Chase.
Well, now a great opportunity for the Bison to try and cut into this Ouachita lead. Tigers leading by 6 thanks to some excellent shooting from outside, but also creating some defensive pressure. Snyder pokes the ball free, stepped on the line, and it will indeed be a turnover for the Bison.
Chase, one thing I've noticed, the first 5 minutes of the game, Oklahoma Baptist really had the energy. You know, a lot of times when you go on the road, you're not going to have huge crowds, and they say you have to bring your own energy, and that's what Oklahoma Baptist was doing. Every time they had a defensive success, a turnover right in front of their own bench, the bench was providing its own energy. Ouachita has handled that, responded nicely, as that MJ Leslie three has pushed the lead to 9.
Wade looking to swing the pendulum of momentum back in Oklahoma Baptist's favor. Connor Jr. on the drive. Shot is offline. Coming away with the board is MJ Leslie.
The only score I forgot, Chase, was Arkansas Tech and East Central up in Russellville. Tech leading 19-8 with 8:24 left in the first half. Arkansas Tech on the men's side, the only undefeated team in the GAC.
Leslie from distance, shot offline.
It was a heat check, and Connor had a good contest. Leslie was like, let's see if I'm really feeling it. Good to contest by Connor.
Mid-range shot off the mark from Wilson. Next shot.
Yeah, you can't give a team 3 opportunities, Chase. Ouachita did nice the first 2 times, but that third opportunity after the second offensive rebound, Oklahoma Baptist was able to cash in. Man-to-man defense now from the Bison. It's not a lineup on the floor for Ouachita. We've seen a lot together. Snyder, Leslie, Belton, Williams, Dunn, and Reggie Martin. They're going to call an offensive foul on Rollin Belton. Ouachita would have rather it been the shot clock violation.
And we got a media timeout.
So with 7:50 remaining in the first half of play, your score, Ouachita 31, Oklahoma Baptist 24. We'll be back with more Tiger basketball after this.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of they're so lucky.
Welcome back to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. We are going to have a replay timeout as the officials want to take a look at the last play. We want to thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. OSDN is a student-led production unit out of the Rogers Department of Communications here at Ouachita Baptist University in Arkadelphia. And wherever you're watching from Shawnee or Arkadelphia, we've even got some representatives in the game from New Zealand. We want to thank you for tuning in. Wade trying to create some separation from Emery Knox.
Chase, what they were trying to find, look during the break, was to see if before the offensive foul on Belton, if there was an elbow, but they ruled that there was not.
Kobe Dunlap will be charged with the foul, and it's an and one opportunity now for Udomo. Opportunity to add on one more. Udomo on the night has 4 points. Looking to make it 5 right here. He's averaging 6.3 points per game, as well as 4.3 rebounds per game. Free throw is off the back iron. Belton will be credited with the board. Reggie Martin swings it to Williams Dunn.
Ouachita had a little spurt there midway through the first half that really kind of gave them the lead. And pace has settled down a little bit for both, and now Oklahoma Baptist trying to cut back into that lead.
Excellent rejection from Belton from behind.
I'd like to see that one again if we end up being able to see that one on the replay. That was a nice job by Rollin Belton of not giving up on the play and making a nice block without fouling.
Nice post move on the other end, almost resulted in 2 points, but it did just rim out. Now we will have a timeout called by Oklahoma Baptist. Head coach Jason Eaker is having a discussion with the official going into the timeout.
There you see the nice look at the block from Rollin Belton going into the timeout. Coach Eaker not very happy with the officials. He says, why are you mad at me? Or regardless, he does get the 30-second timeout. Chase.
So with 6:36 remaining here in the first half of play, pretty good ball game right now, just 5 points separating these two teams. And Chris, we mentioned it, this game was expected to be pretty even on paper. These two teams really starting to establish their identities as we go into conference play. They were neighbors in the Great American Conference preseason polls. The Tigers at number 6, Oklahoma Baptist at number 7. But this is the game, those games that you think back to later in the season when you have those close seeds playing each other. You know, one game can make the difference between making the trip to the conference tournament and being at home watching it from there.
Yeah, you look back, you always get to the end of the season, you look back at one game, say, you know, man, I wish we could have that one back. And if you can avoid that, you know, you're not going to win every game. But if you can have some of those games where you can avoid the, I wish we could have had that one back and let things slip away, that's what you got to do. And this is one of those games early in the conference slate. And plus, you're at home. You want to win your home games.
Williams Dunn swings it over to Haynes, the two-time all-academic selection for the GAC. Meanwhile, Kobe Dunlap, hand in his face, it doesn't matter. He's got a triple.
Good man-to-man offense from that time. Screen down, kick out. Kobe Dunlap hits the three with a little contest. Too high post, running a little circle route there for Oklahoma Baptist. The high screen. Nice rebound from Reggie Martin.
Somehow Martin maintains his balance. He finally loses the handle on the ball, and Wade's taking it the other way. Ouachita will be charged with the blocking foul.
It's going to be on Marvin Williams Dunn.
Marvin Williams Dunn. That is his first personal foul. Shooting for Oklahoma Baptist, number 0, Trevin Wade.
Trevin Wade steps up to the line, 1 for 2 on the night for the charity stripe. And bounces in and out.
Williams and Leslie come back into the game for Ouachita.
Second one is nothing but net, and that's pretty much par for the course for Wade.
Yep, it has been. Chase, the shoe game is strong with these two teams. Not a lot of, not a lot of purple shoes on Ouachita. Not a lot of black and gold shoes. There's some different colors on these on the shoes out there. There's some strong colors here.
Got a couple different shades of pink that I can see from here.
Yeah. Oklahoma Baptist wanted a carrying call on Emory Knox, didn't get it.
Williams pulls up from 3, and the Tigers on fire from distance tonight.
And they're catching it in rhythm. 7 of 11 from three-point range is Ouachita tonight. And Chase, a lot of those are just catching in rhythm, catch and release without hesitation.
With that last triple, the Tigers up to 64% as a team from three-point land.
Emory Knox with a nice job of flashing in there, getting a hand on it, knocking the ball off, making it a loose ball, then it goes off of the foot of Bison. 2 subs into the game. Shakira Glue and Ricky Brown back in the game. F.A. Shakira Glue, the 6'10", 215 freshman from Istanbul, Turkey, by way of Virginia. The shot clock getting started. They're going to put 4:50 on the clock and 24 on the shot clock, I would imagine. Well, they hadn't changed the shot clock yet, but a little clock issue, and there we go. Took 5 seconds off of the game clock and 4 seconds off of the shot clock. Nice backdoor cut from Williams. Couldn't get go. Good look from Tyler Haynes. Coach Nutt wanting a foul.
Wade driving on the right side, draws contact from Haynes. No foul called, though.
Boy, Shakir Glue with his reach. He's 6'10" with the reach. Oh.
Dunlap not afraid to fire away at any given time. That one didn't find the bottom of the net.
No, that was probably a very smart decision by Emory Knox of pulling that one out. That was a fracas the last 30 seconds, and Knox did a nice job of pulling that one out.
Now a chance for Knox. Finds the bottom of the net yet again, and the Tigers haven't lost that fire from beyond the arc. Now 8 for 13 from the night in that mark.
Chase, when you're at games, you being around them, you know that assistant coaches are a nice shot that time from Terry Connor Jr. Assistant coaches in charge of scouting. You see an assistant coach on one side. From now, you see Oklahoma Baptist assistant coach looking down, trying to tell what play Coach Nutt's calling. he hollers it out to his team. These coaches at every level study film. They know tendencies. And Ouachita's last 2 or 3 three-pointers that have gone down, the coaches have just kind of looked at each other like, what is going on here?
Williams' shot bounces around, but it is off the mark. Veen will get the board. Connor Jr. waiting for a screen perhaps. Wade kicks it back out.
That's a double dribble.
Floater offline. Slapped right back into the hands of Connor Jr. and he gets the 2.
I guess they said that Connor didn't have possession before the ball went to the ground. Looked like a dribble. I thought it was a dribble and he picked up, but regardless, that wasn't the ruling of the official.
Haynes pulls up from mid-range, fading away a bit, and his shot is offline. Wade crosses half court with just under 2.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Big 2.5-minute stretch for both teams. Ouachita has had a lead for the last, 3-possession lead for the last, 5 or 6 minutes. Oklahoma Baptist is going to look to close this 2:18 out to get this to a 1 or 2 possession game. Big 2:18 after we come back after the break.
As you mentioned, Chris, 2:18 remaining in the first half of play. Your score, Ouachita 40, Oklahoma Baptist 32. We'll be back with more Tiger basketball after this timeout.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Oklahoma Baptist on a 5-0 run in the last 146, cut that 13-point deficit to 8. So now, Chase, it's a 3-possession game. They've got from that 13 points to 8 to single digits, and that's why I was saying before the break, this last 2:18 is big. Ouachita, the clock still hadn't started. There it goes.
Williams Dunn hesitates, waits for the play to develop. Leslie pump fakes, drives to the hoop, and finds the bottom of the net.
They caught Oklahoma Baptist on some over-rotation, and they weren't able to recover. You had one player double to help. That was Wilson, and then after the third pass, that extra pass helped because Oklahoma Baptist wasn't able to recover.
Daniel Ransom resists the contact in the junior from North Carolina.
Ransom kind of looked at the officials like, man, is that not a foul? The official didn't acknowledge him. That was, they have been letting them play. 6 fouls called on Ouachita in the first half, only 2 on Oklahoma Baptist. They've let them play.
MJ Leslie, quick to pull up from 3 and for good reason.
And that's what I was talking about. As soon as he hit that shot, I looked over at the Oklahoma Baptist bench, and one of the coaches just kind of threw his hand up and was like, what in the world? Ouachita is 9 of 14 from three-point range.
Tigers have been unconscious from deep in this game. Loses a handle on the ball. Great job there by Wade to back up his teammate. Wilson puts up a floater.
Was a nice job by Ouachita just bothering Wilson there just for a second. Just bothered him just enough to keep that floater in the middle of the lane from being in rhythm.
Williams Dunn swings it to Emery Knox. Trying to drive the left side, gets a screen from Williams Dunn. Williams Dunn driving the left side, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Going to have to make a quick decision and somehow draws a foul down close to the hoop.
1 second on the shot clock. That'll reset to 20. 1 second on the shot clock, and our angle is not great, Chase. They probably have a better angle at home. but I think Marvin Williams-Dunn was probably either under the backboard or behind the backboard. That's the definition of a bailout, as Ouachita calls a 30-second timeout to set up the inbound baseline out-of-bounds play.
So the Tigers are taking a moment to talk things over. Again, we want to thank you for tuning in to OSDN tonight. Looking at Coach Dennis Nutt. Last time out, the last victory for the Tigers was a milestone win for the head coach, number 160 on his career. Of course, who could forget number 150 last season, a Battle of the Ravine victory here at home.
Coach Nutt was a shooter back in his day. He still does a shooting camp in the summer. Tremendous shooter. The basketball played at TCU, then played for the Mavericks in the NBA for a little bit. Just a great shooter. He would be happy. Ouachita has hit 4 of its last 5 three-point attempts, 9 of 14 on the night, 64.3% from beyond the arc.
That's a team that's tough to beat. Reggie Martin moving the ball around the perimeter, knocks to Leslie. Leslie pulls up and almost banks it in. Fight for the ball, and the Tigers will have it if they want to hold it for the last shot. Leslie tries to save it. Scrambling around, kicks it to Williams, Dunn in the corner for 3. Off the left iron, chance for one more shot on the other end. It's a quick lay-in. Tigers have one more if they want it. Leslie from beyond half court. I think that one might have gotten a piece of the rafter.
Yeah, it did.
That's the end of a fast and exciting first half here at Bill Vining Arena.
That was that last 20 seconds was high. That was intense. There were bodies flying around, loose balls, and Ouachita is able to maintain that lead. Oklahoma Baptist does cut it to single digits heading into the break.
If you like high-octane offense and great shooting, this has been the game for you. We'll break that down here in just a few minutes after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Batson Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Batson Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Batson Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Batson Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia, call Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Batson Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
We specialize in bringing the law to your corner.
We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who is an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission, or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
I don't remember how it started.
North of that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Being a champion takes more than talent.
more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. Basically, he had to relearn everything. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living. During my road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Halftime of the men's game between Oklahoma Baptist Bison and the Ouachita Tigers. Ouachita leads 45-36. Chris Babb here with Chase Hartzell. Let's take you through some of the numbers from the first half. Ouachita 17 of 31 from the field, 54.8%, 9 of 16 from three-point range, 56.3%, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Oklahoma Baptist 14 of 29, 48.3%, 3 of 7 from three-point range, 42.9%, 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 55.6%. Rebounding battle is about even. Ouachita with 16, Oklahoma Baptist with 15. Take a look at the leading scorers. Boy, Chase, it's been evenly distributed for Ouachita. As I count, looks like 9 players have played for Ouachita, and 8 of those players have scored. N.J. Leslie leads the way for the Tigers with 11 points. 8 points for Taryn Williams, 7 for Tyler Haynes, 6 for Kobe Dunlap, 5 points for Emery Notch, 3 points for Reggie Martin and Marvin Williams-Dunn, 2 points for Rollin Belton. No real foul trouble for the Tigers, 2 apiece for Kobe Dunlap and Taryn Williams. Only 2 other fouls were whistled against Ouachita in the first half, 8 turnovers for the Tigers. Oklahoma Baptist led by Terry Connor Jr. with 12 points. He's the only Bison in double figures. Their scoring has been spread apart evenly also. 8 players have seen the floor for the Bison, and 7 of those have scored. Behind Connor's 12 points, 5 points apiece for Nathan Wilson and Ricky Brown. 4 points each for Trevin Wade, F.A. Shakaraglu, and Joseph Udomo. So, Chase, if you take a look at this, the turnover battle about the same, 8-7. Rebounding battle about the same, 16-15. Shooting percentages, Ouachita 54.8, Oklahoma Baptist 48.3. Ouachita's only made 3 more field goals than Oklahoma Baptist. So you look, where's the difference? Well, you look at that three-point shooting category. Oklahoma Baptist 3 of 7, Ouachita 9 of 16, 56.3%. And we talked at the outset of the broadcast, Ouachita came into tonight's game shooting 36% from the from three-point range, 56.3 tonight so far in the first half.
It's been an excellent night, and you mentioned all the Tigers that have contributed. Leading the way has been none other than M.J. Leslie. One thing that stood out to me, Chris, as we were going to the break, we actually had Todd Miller, the play-by-play man for Oklahoma Baptist, come over this way, and he just looked at me and he said, wow, M.J. Leslie can flat out shoot.
Yeah, he's shooting tonight. And I was talking to Todd on our way in the lobby, and he said, boy, looking at these 2 teams, you'd never know that this was the 5th game in the conference season. These 2 teams are playing with an intensity of a late season or a tournament, and that's what you've got to have. You've got to have that sense of urgency. There's no reason to wait. You've got to have that sense of urgency. These teams are bringing the energy, playing intense tonight. And for Ouachita on the offensive end of the ball, it has resulted in a fantastic shooting effort. And there have been so many hustle plays for both teams, but particularly for Ouachita. I can remember 3 or 4 efforts getting on the ball, keeping the ball alive, keeping it in possession, and that resulted in some extra points as well. Points in the paint about even. Oklahoma Baptist with 18, Ouachita 16. Points off turnovers, Oklahoma Baptist 5, Ouachita 13. So Chase, the turnover margin or turnover battle is about even, but Ouachita has converted points off of those turnovers. 45-36 your halftime score. The teams have about a minute and a half to finish up their halftime warm-ups before we start the second half, and we'll be back with that second half of action when we come back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Taylor King Law, we understand that being injured can be a stressful and overwhelming experience.
And that's why we're here to help you every step of the way.
As your dedicated legal team, we'll stand by your side when you're being ignored.
We'll be on your side to fight for the compensation you deserve.
Don't let the insurance companies intimidate you. Let us go to work for you.
Call us today and let us help you get back on the road to recovery.
On your side, by your side. When you've been injured, we're here for you.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Chris Babb, Chase Hartzell, courtside at Bill Vining Arena. Happy New Year, everybody. I heard something today, Chase. It was on the Dan Patrick Show, and they said, what is the last day that you can tell somebody Happy New Year? Like, would it be?
That's a great point.
You're not going to be here Saturday. Jeff Root will be here. I'll probably be with Jeff during some of that. So if he says Happy New Year, it's fine because it'll be his first broadcast of the year. It'll be my second. So can I say Happy New Year? Is that proper? There's probably Happy New Year etiquette somewhere. That's what
That's a great point.
It gave us about 30 seconds of fill time before the teams came back out. On the Dan Patrick Show, it was about a 3-minute discussion.
However, I do think it's okay to say it if you haven't seen the person since last year. I think it's okay to do that. You haven't seen Jeff since last year.
Have you had one of those yet where you said, man, I haven't done this all year, knowing that it's just 2 days left?
Oh, that happens on January 1st.
Yeah, you do that regularly. Quickly back to action. That was Ricky Brown, and then Wilson tried to get the rebound, just couldn't control it. It'll be Ouachita's ball. Chase, 9-point lead for Ouachita, and this was 13, 40-27. Late in the I almost went second quarter, late in the first half, but Ouachita weathered that storm, got it back to 10, and now it's back to 11 after Tyler Haynes gets the first points of the second half.
Haynes has not been afraid to do dirty work down low and face off against taller defenders.
Emery Knox is going to get whistled for a foul. Wilson was trying to shield him off. He was trying to get around. Knox was trying to get around the low side of Wilson, and he got whistled for too much of a hold. I don't even know if the entry pass was going to go to Wilson, but Knox got caught. Got called for too much body there of Wilson.
Here's the shot from 3. It's offline. Kobe Dunlap comes up with the board.
Nice contest from Tyler Haynes, flying out to Terry Connor Jr. on that right wing. Be interested to see if Ouachita, when they put a couple of 3-point opportunities up, if they continue to shoot well. A lot of times the coaches from Oklahoma Baptist that were kind of befuddled in the first half because they have shot so well, you kind of wonder, is that going to settle back down to the averages? The law of averages is going to catch up to them. And we'll have to see after the first time Ouachita puts a couple of 3-point attempts up, whether they remain hot or if they are going to have to find that rhythm again. Oklahoma Baptist misses its first 2 3-point attempts, but they give themselves another opportunity.
Here's a pull-up from 3. Rattles around. Excellent hustle by Wilson to get the board, and he puts it back up with the baby hook.
4 opportunities. funny to watch the assistants from over here trying to tell what play Coach Nutt was calling, and the first assistant is like, I just didn't catch what he said. I just didn't catch what he said on that one.
Martin passes it off to Haynes. Haynes, good cut to the basket, left-handed finish, doesn't quite go in.
Wilson did a nice job of contesting and not fouling. Haynes had him beat just a half step going to that left side. Wilson's long enough to reach over and block a shot, but he didn't, and he also didn't commit the foul.
Sets the screen. Wilson posting up, huge size mismatch here against Taryn Williams. Finishes off with the left hand, and although Williams is considerably smaller, he played like a larger defender that time against the 6'8" forward. Martin driving the left side, pulls up from mid-range. It's offline, and I believe that one might have been tipped.
I think it might have been tipped by Terry Connor.
Wade taking his time, looking around the perimeter. The Bison down by just 7 now. Another opportunity from distance. This time it hits the bottom of the net for Daniel Ransom, and all of a sudden it's a 2-possession ball game. With that, Dennis Nutt wants to talk things over. As he does that, we're going to take a break ourselves. 17:07 remaining in the second half of play. Your score, Ouachita 47, Oklahoma Baptist 43. You're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
17:07 remaining in the second half. Your score, Ouachita 47, Oklahoma Baptist 43, but the Bison have closed the margin significantly here in the second half. It was nearly a double-digit lead for the Tigers going into the locker room. That has now been cut down to just 4.
We got it to 9. Got it to 11 right after the first possession. Tyler Haynes got it to an 11-point lead. And then since then, Oklahoma Baptist has had control. Ouachita has not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Oklahoma Baptist on a 7-0 run.
Ball is tipped, stolen away by Wade. Hustling to the other end. Left-handed finish is down, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point ball game. Williams trying to get some support. He finds Kobe Dunlap on the left side. Ball is tipped up in the air again, and this is going to be a foul on Ouachita.
Yeah, the foul on Emory Knox as he was trying to, the ball was deflected, and he tried to go up and he shielded off the Oklahoma Baptist defender and got whistled for the foul.
The Tigers have been known to struggle in the second half this year. Coach Nutt said that was the key, trying to finish these contests, and he felt that the Tigers did that well in the second half against UAM. Going to need a similarly strong result here in the second half of this contest.
Yeah, I think we had some excitement from the Oklahoma Baptist bench, and it took its toll on the scorer's table across the way.
Wade swings it over. There's the pass inside. Ransom driving the left side. Tries to put it up with the right hand, won't go. Kobe Dunlap sends it up. Knox looking for the desperately needed 2. Haynes puts it in.
Nathan Wilson did a nice job of getting in the way of Emory Knox, but that took him out of the play for the defensive rebound. Tyler Haynes there to get the shot that was off the glass and for the putback.
Wilson comes down with the board. Backdoor cut. Gets the bucket and the foul, and that is going to fire up the Bison faithful. An amazing play there from Daniel Ransom. That's just one where you tip your cap. His momentum was going against him. He finds a way to throw it up. Draws the foul, gets it to go, and he'll have a chance to finish off the N1 opportunity when we come back. You're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
15:42 remaining in the ball game between Ouachita and Oklahoma Baptist. The Tigers led by double digits earlier in the half, but that lead has now shrunk to just 2. And a chance for one more at the line this time for Daniel Ransom, the junior forward, nearing double-digit averages this season in terms of points, right at 9.9 points. Right now, he wants to make this a 1-point ball game. Shot is good from Ransom. He's up to 6 points on the night. Full court pressure being applied to Ouachita. Ball is tipped. And I believe they're going to say that that was last touch by Ouachita.
Last touch by Reggie Martin.
Reggie Martin was indicating we may need to make an indication for a replay, but not this time. It'll still be a traveling violation for Oklahoma Baptist, so a little bit of a sigh of relief there for Ouachita.
Shakaraglu comes into the game along with Udomo.
Tigers moving the ball around the perimeter. Dunlap pulls up for 3. It's off the mark. Credit the board to Ransom. Wade with a valuable opportunity here to try and take the lead for the Bison.
That was that three-pointer that, and it really came at a time when Ouachita really needed it. It didn't go down, and so I think Oklahoma Baptist is thinking, all right, now the law of averages has evened out. Kobe Dunlap, that nice one in rhythm, doesn't get it to go. Extra pass.
Ransom with a lead-clinching 3. And what a difference 5 minutes can make. 5 minutes ago, the Tigers had a double-digit lead. Now the lead belongs to the Bison. Haynes cuts, finds a way around Shakaraglu for the 2. We're all even at 51 with 14 and a half minutes to go. Wade kicks it out to Brown. Shakaraglu looking to post up, size mismatch. Can he get the shot off? Not a great one. Excellent defense from Tyler Haynes.
They let Haynes body up Shakaraglu there, and Tyler really just kind of kept him out of rhythm.
There's the drive. Right hand finish by Williams. Dodging traffic that time to take the lead. Oklahoma Baptist has dictated most of the momentum in the second half, looking to get the equalizer. Ball is tipped free by Haynes. Less than 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Wade Looking to make a move. Haynes with the rejection, and that ball landed right in front of us.
2 seconds left on the shot clock as Tyler Haynes got that, blocked the shot, tried to save it out of bounds just a little bit too much, too strong, and so now 2 seconds on the shot clock. And they're making Oklahoma Baptist inbound the ball right in front of us in the back court.
Udomo standing right in front of your laptop, Chris, and he's going to have to heave this one to find an open man. Wilson with the triple. It's offline, and the board will be credited to Williams. Veen almost stripped the ball away. Now Williams driving on the right side. He's going to draw a foul.
Wilson got the ball up top, but they did charge that foul to Matthew Veen. That was underneath. Wilson got it clean up top, but Veen was whistled for the foul. Ouachita got the lead back after the Taryn Williams, and now after a foul, you kind of stop the momentum, and if you can get to the free throw line here and extend this lead. You just like the way it feels after the last 5 minutes were so stout in the favor of Oklahoma Baptist. Just to have a stop, a basket, another stop, and then a foul just kind of stops the momentum. Now you got to take advantage of that by hitting your free throws, and Williams misses the first.
One more opportunity here for Taryn Williams to try and break even in this trip to the charity stripe. And he does just that, finding the bottom of the net. Tigers with a 1-possession lead. The Bison can even it up with a triple. Veen driving on the right side. Bounces off of Snyder, and it's stolen away.
Yeah, Veen just got in the air and didn't have anything to do with the ball. Threw it right into the back of Gavin Snyder.
Hand in his face, it doesn't matter. Taryn Williams adds on 3 more, and now it's a 2-possession lead, albeit a 3-pointer lead for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was one that Ouachita needed. Hadn't hit a 3-pointer yet in the second half. You're able to get that one to go from Williams.
Connor Jr.
Weathered that storm. Now you need to get a stop here. That's a great shot. The step back from Terry Connor Jr. He now has 14 points. Williams leads the way for Ouachita with 14.
This game is close to as even as it gets, although the Tigers would like to change that down the stretch. Reggie Martin pulls up from the corner, and that surely helps. Back-to-back triples for the Tigers. Kick out to the corner. Shot is good for 3, and now it's becoming a 3-point shootout between these two teams. That last triple credited to Terry Connor Jr. makes it a 4-point game. Williams done, Martin moving the ball around the perimeter. There's the shot from the corner, and it rattles around, no good. Williams' putback is off the mark. 3rd time's the charm, though.
Gavin Snyder with the offensive rebound, all, what do you give him, 5'8", 5'9", getting the rebound in amongst the big guys and going back up and drawing the foul.
That takes us to our under 12 media timeout with 11:22 remaining in the contest. Your score, Ouachita 60 and Oklahoma Baptist 56. You're watching Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, Shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
Welcome back to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Tigers holding on to the lead, but not by much, currently holding a 4-point advantage. Gavin Snyder with an opportunity at the line for the Tigers, looking to extend that lead out a little bit and provide more cushion going into the latter portion of this second half.
77% free throw shooter on the year, 10 of 13 coming into tonight's game. Knocks the first one down, the freshman from Little Rock Central.
Second shot, nothing but net as well, and the Tigers holding a 6-point lead. However, as Oklahoma Baptist has proven in this half, no lead is safe.
Yeah, this is a big possession. 2-possession game. We're still 11-15. You hate to say every possession from here on out is a big possession. But if Ouachita, I think it's big for Ouachita, because if they can get a stop and convert on the other end, you've weathered that huge run for Oklahoma Baptist and able to hold the lead. That one hit every part of the rim and then the net, and then my goodness, that fell right into the hands of Udomo. And after Ouachita had escaped with the missed shot, Oklahoma Baptist is able to get the loose ball and an easy basket.
Credit that last two to Trevin Wade, who went up against a larger defender in the form of Reggie Martin. But Tyler Haynes is going to get those 2 points right back in the mid-range.
Well, Wilson has to play off of Tyler because Haynes can beat him off of the dribble. Tyler Haynes ball faked. He saw that Wilson didn't honor the ball fake, and so he just went up for that baseline jumper. We've seen Tyler Haynes the last 3 years be very, very dangerous, that baseline jumper, and that's what happened there. And that was a foul on Wilson that just didn't get called, and now Gavin Snyder is going to get called for it. Man, that's unfortunate. I think Wilson was able to get away with one there on the backside. 3 free throws coming for Oklahoma Baptist.
Great opportunity to shoot 3 here for Udomo.
Tyler Haynes is going to have to go over and see the trainer. And so they don't get a timeout, so MJ Leslie was told to go over and just stand in the huddle and see if you can't, hear some of what they're saying. Might as well.
Udomo, as we mentioned before, sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. His first shot bounces around but does find the bottom of the twine.
50% free throw shooter on the year, 13 of 26 coming into today's game. And of course you're going to knock at least 2 of the 3 down, right? That's how it works, right?
He's got a chance to go for the perfect 3 for 3 now.
This is not a game where the teams have shot to their percentages over the season.
You called it, Chris. It was a 2 for 3 trip to the line. Snyder kicks it out to Haynes. Spinning move. Can't finish.
It was a nice take from Trevin Wade, the graduate student from Marietta, Georgia. Was dribbling down the left elbow, spun towards like he was going to the middle of the lane and just hesitating, came right back for the left-handed layup.
Another shot from distance. Wilson finds a way to keep it alive for the Bison. Pass down low and a two-handed jam for Daniel Ransom. Not only that, it evens up this game at 64. Stolen away by Wilson, and you could see the automatic reaction from Reggie Martin. He knew he shouldn't have passed that ball.
Gavin Snyder steps in on the other end to draw the charge. That was a huge charge drawn by Gavin Snyder as Oklahoma Baptist got the steal, and they were trying to get a basket in transition to take the lead. The last lead Oklahoma Baptist had was 14:56 left in the second half at 51-49.
Tyler Haynes looking for a teammate, finds MJ Leslie. He's had the hot hand tonight, couldn't get it to drop that time. Oklahoma Baptist with a golden opportunity to take the lead.
Nice contest from Emory Knox there. He's a left-handed. You might have heard Coach Levin Thornton in the background saying left hand. Knox defended him like a left-hander. That was a nice contest.
Williams pulls up from just inside the arc. It's offline. Oklahoma Baptist looking to try and take the lead back for the first time in a few minutes. The Bison trailed by as many as 11 in this half. Now they've evened up the game. Wilson, it's going to be a goaltending.
Yeah, it was a good play. They've shown that high ball screen up top, and instead of showing that they faked the screen and then kind of slipped it to the backside. Wilson took that lob and was able to get the goaltend call on Tyler Haynes.
So with 7:26 remaining, that brings us to the under 8 media timeout, and this time it's the other OBU in the lead. The Bison lead at 66-64. You're watching Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Batson Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Batson Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Batson Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Batson Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Batson Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Quickly going back to the action here at Bill Vining Arena. Tigers trailing by 2. Full court press from Oklahoma Baptist. Emory Knox desperately needing some help. Ball is tipped away by Wilson.
It's a pressure, and you've got Nathan Wilson. Wilson, the 6'8" point of that pressure, and he's really got that long wingspan too. 6'8", probably a 7-foot reach, and he's there to cause trouble. Ouachita almost couldn't get that ball in bounds.
Emory Knox finally finding an opening, although Wade, they're going to say he didn't make it across in 10 seconds. Right now, the pendulum of momentum swinging Oklahoma Baptist's way. Tigers looking to stop that any way they can. Ransom sets a screen. Now he's going to drive on the left side. Excellent backdoor cut. You can't draw it up any better than that.
No, it's a good cut. Marvin Williams-Dunn was overplaying on the left wing, He's got beat back door for the layup. He knew it as soon as the pass was made.
Ricky Brown's shot has the lead up to 4. Chance to cut it down just a bit, but it's offline. Wade. I think his team knows he's going to calm it down a little bit. Going to take a step back, give everybody a chance to catch their breath. Pass inside and a two-handed slam for Wilson. I believe they're going to call a foul as well. They've been waiting to pull that one out all night long, and at just the right moment, Wilson's there for the two-handed jam, and now an opportunity for a three-point play. Nathan Wilson, the junior from Auckland, New Zealand, looking to make this a 7-point Bison lead. Can't quite do it, although he already has a slam to add to his highlight reel. Williams done. To Williams, to Leslie, looking to pass inside to Haynes. That was an excellent cut from behind by Wilson. He's been all over the floor for the Bison in these last couple minutes.
That lead, if he had hit that free throw, made it a 7-point lead. That would have been the largest since 14:53 mark of the first half. And that was kind of the 14-7 lead that Oklahoma Baptist jumped out to begin the game.
Here's a shot from the corner. It's off the mark. The Tigers would have liked that triple as it would have made it a one-possession game. Instead, it remains a two-possession lead for Oklahoma Baptist with a chance to add on.
Nice ball defense by Emory Knox. They're going to call tie ball, and alternating possession will go to Ouachita.
Subbing in for Oklahoma Baptist, number 14,
The officials are going to talk things over. We'll see if they need a review. That would be a tough one to reverse, especially on a replay.
Yeah, they're going to come look.
But they are going to go ahead and take a look just to check things over. So you get a little bit of an in-depth look here at home as you'll see exactly what the officials are looking at, trying to make a ruling. And it could be a decisive one. 5:38 remaining in the second half. Tigers trailing by just 6. And after that, it looks like we're not going to have a review, at least for the time being.
They were looking at whether the clock, but I think it was maybe a second. They just had them put 2 seconds back on the clock, or take 2 seconds off of the clock. Here comes the pressure, and you see Daniel Ransom, the 6'6" guard. Now he's at the front of that pressure.
Almost tripped the ball clean, and that was a smart play by MJ Leslie. Ouachita going to take a timeout to talk things over because they do have just 4 seconds to get the ball across midcourt. When we come back, you're watching Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
.534 remaining in this hotly contested contest between two GAC rivals. Ouachita currently trailing by 6. They held the lead for most of the second half, but it's really been a strong surge at the start of the half and then here in the last 5 minutes or so that has led to success for the Bison.
Yeah, you get it 24 on the shot clock, but you still get your 10-second. You still get a new 10 seconds since they called the timeout. So the shot clock stayed where it was, but you get a new 10 seconds since you called the timeout.
Leslie swings it to the corner. Leslie looking for a shot. Haynes got enough space, finds the bottom. Shaping up for a great finish tonight in Arkadelphia. And Williams going to be charged with a foul.
Foul on Williams. Didn't quite get to the sideline enough, and that's going to be 5 fouls on Taryn Williams. So Reggie Martin will come back into the game for Ouachita. He tried to get over to the sideline to cut it off, but just couldn't quite get there. So Taryn Williams finishes the night with 14 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from three-point range, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 turnover in 26 minutes of action.
Screen by Wilson, double screen in fact.
Mismatch underneath as Haynes and Knox had to switch. Knox guarding Nathan Wilson now.
Wilson with another hook shot, and that one's been tough to stop. When you stand about a head taller than everyone else on the floor, you can do that.
Yeah, especially when Haynes and Knox switched off. They knew they had the mismatch there with Wilson, and he just kind of backed Knox down, and Knox did what he could, forced the hook shot, but nice soft touch from Nathan Wilson.
Leslie looking for the triple, takes a high bounce, and it's rebounded by Oklahoma Baptist. Ricky Brown coming down with the board. Wade driving the lane, looking for the hook shot. Ball pops free. Now Emory Knox going the other way. Heads up play by Wilson, and once again, the forward has been all over the floor. That brings us to our final media timeout of the evening. 3:57 remaining in the ball game. Could still go either way, but the Tigers need to rally. You're watching Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
We specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
3:57 remaining, and we've got a great ball game on our hands. Tigers trailing by 6 points. Chris, as we mentioned throughout the night, that's just a 2-possession ball game, but the problem is going to be stopping this offensive onslaught of Oklahoma Baptist because the Bison have been firing on all cylinders here in the final 20 minutes.
They have, and Ouachita shot 9 of 16 from three-point range in the first half, 2 of 8 from three-point range in the second half, 11 of 24 overall, 45.8%. Still above their season average, but definitely have settled down and cooled off in the second half. Nice. Marvin Williams done with a nice steal.
Great hustle. Big three here from Dunlap. It's offline. Had it gone in, it would have been a 1-point ball game. Instead, Oklahoma Baptist holds on to a 2-possession advantage. Ransom swings it over to Brown. Trevin Wade looking to drive on the right side. Kicks it out. Trey Connor.
What in the...
They're going to say a foul was called. Fans wanted a traveling violation down low. Instead, it's going to be a chance to shoot 2 for Oklahoma Baptist.
Shooting for Oklahoma Baptist, number 3, Terry Connor Jr.
Terry Connor Jr. sinks his first free throw on the season. He is averaging 17.5 points per game, and once again, he's been the go-to man tonight, up to 18 points on the evening, making 19.
There you see Ouachita almost in the corner there. Back to Dunn and quickly up to Dunlap to break that pressure.
Marvin Williams Dunn swings it to Martin. Martin driving the lane, goes up, draws the contact and the foul. It's an and one opportunity for Reggie Martin. And that might be the surge that the Tigers needed at this juncture.
It was. I don't think Wilson expected Reggie to be able to go up that high. We've seen Reggie Martin really with some athletic plays the first half of the season, and he was able to get that one, absorb the contact, and get the basket to go. Kobe Dunlap almost with that rebound sneaking in from the backside. Offensive foul.
Costly mistake for the Bison as Ouachita has a chance to make this a one-possession ball game with a score on the other end. And Chris, you said earlier you didn't want to say that every possession counted. At this point, you almost have to say that.
You're at the point now where every possession does count. I said that was at the 11:15 mark when Ouachita was up by 6 or 8. Now you're down 4. It's a two-possession game. You got to make this, make every opportunity of all your possessions.
Shot is offline. Oklahoma Baptist.
Yeah, Marvin Williams Dunn skied in for the offensive rebound. Couldn't quite get up enough to get the to secure the board, and Oklahoma Baptist decided to pull it out rather than Ricky Brown going for a transition basket.
Ricky Brown passes down low to Wilson. Great swat by Haynes, and he can't believe it. It's going to be a foul. You can see Dennis Nutt saying it from here, just bad call, and he just throws his hand out.
Well, and I think Tyler Haynes is like, well, listen, man, I get, it's not like I hadn't gotten some of those on the other end, wanted some of those as well, and he's the one who gets whistled for one. That's double jeopardy when you think you've gotten some on the other end and then you get whistled for one on the defensive end of the floor.
First shot is in for Wilson. He's been another go-to man for the Bison in this one, well over his average for the season. He was averaging 5 points a game. Coming into this one, he's got 16 tonight. Adds on another right there as the lead is back up to 6 for Oklahoma Baptist. Kobe Dunlap near midcourt. He gets it off to Emery Knox. Shot offline, Ransom with the board.
Yeah, Knox knew that one was off left as soon as it was off the hand. He took off, followed his shot, trying to make something happen, but Ransom was there to clean up the glass.
Shot off the right iron. Ball is tipped. It's going to be Ouachita ball as Wilson took a spill.
Yeah, that was the one that, that was the, I'm not going to call a foul on you on Tyler this time because I did last time, and Coach Aker about threw his back out on that one. Like twice. Saying he got tackled.
.130 to go, and Emery Knox will have to pick up the ball. He's going to drive right to the hoop, right-handed finish. It's a blocking foul, almost a goaltend. Knox limping after that last play as he took another hard spill. We've seen this game. It can be free-flowing at times with the three-pointers coming at will, but at the same time, too, it's been a physical battle down in the post, especially these last few minutes.
It has. Coach Nutt was asking for a goaltend. I thought they might want to come over and review that one, but they asked official Daniel, said, he said, no, it definitely was not. It has been physical. Sorry, Chase. It has been physical. Coach Aker was he's talking to the scorer's table. He said he got tackled. I don't think they could have done anything about it should they have agreed with him. But he said, I'm not making this up. It really benefits to be able to read lips from across the court, Chase. It's a lot of fun. Did he not get tackled? Now this is the third one. Coach Aker couldn't. He said he couldn't get anything from the first two, so now when the officials rotate around, he had to get his piece from the third one. And now they're going to get a basket and one on. Now,
Lady Luck was kind to Oklahoma Baptist that time, as it wasn't a bad defensive play, but the ball ends up finding the bottom of the net somehow. Wilson was definitely going to the line for two, but he's got a chance for the three-point play.
He does.
Now.
Ouachita was asking for a possible goaltend on Wilson, but it was in his motion. You know, he got fouled, and it just kind of followed through, grabbing the rim, and so that wasn't it's not like he was grabbing the rim on purpose or anything like that. That was just part of his motion after the foul. 30-second timeout, Oklahoma Baptist.
Bison likely wanting to retain that momentum going into the final 78 seconds in this game. Chris, what a turnaround it's been for the Bison here in the second half. For Ouachita, 45 points in that first half, shooting the lights out from beyond the arc. Not as many opportunities from three-point land in this one, and those that they have gotten haven't fallen the same way that they did in the first. On the flip side of that, the Bison fighting back from a double-digit deficit to create this 7-point lead that they have, and if they continue to build on it here, they may have a chance to end up with a double-digit lead of their own.
Yeah, it'll be Ouachita's ball. Oklahoma Baptist wanted to, call that timeout to set up their pressure and things after the, in the inbounds. MJ Leslie comes back into the game. You have some shooting threats on the floor for Ouachita now. Now they're not going to pressure. I figured they'd call that timeout to set up the pressure, but you're up by 7 with 1:15. You don't really need to. You just got to play solid defense in the half court, and that's what the Bison did there.
Dunlap's contested three was offline, and it results in this trip to the free throw line. Double bonus. So the Bison are shooting two the whole way home. And set to take on the free throw line. That's going to be Ricky Brown.
Shooting for Oklahoma Baptist, number 5, Ricky Brown.
It's been a good night for the Valdosta native. And that is point number 8 of the contest for him. That's been the difference in this one. It's an 8-point lead for the Bison.
I think I'll have to give Coach Aker some of my throat drops. He's got to be hoarse after games.
Martin driving, can't finish with the right hand, pops free. Dunlap somehow keeps it alive. He's just going to pull back with a step back three. No avail. Oklahoma Baptist going the other way. It's going to be a foul on Reggie Martin. And again, the Bison can go to the line.
Smart foul from Reggie Martin because he kept Oklahoma Baptist from having a run out.
Sinks the first one. And it is officially a double-digit lead for the Bison with 53.5 seconds remaining. Second shot is online as well, so making an 11-point lead for Oklahoma Baptist, and the Tigers going to try to cut into the deficit. That shot is offline as well, and just seems like no matter what the Tigers are trying right now, they can't get the ball to fall.
Nope. 2 of 13 from three-point range now A couple of these last ones have been and will be just kind of desperation shots to try to catch up.
From the corner, that's Leslie. It's off the right iron, no good. Dunlap going to be charged with the foul. It's been a tale of two halves for the Tigers. 9 of 16 from three-point range in the first half. Here in the second half, 2 of 14 for a 14.3% clip. First shot is good from Ricky Brown. Brown is an effective free throw shooter, as he is well over 90% now with that last one. Entered tonight's contest shooting 92.3% from the charity stripe. Shots offline, and now Oklahoma Baptist may not even be fouled. And Leslie's waiting for a foul. You could see his eyes bug out a little bit there.
Yeah, he grabbed him with both hands, and I'm fouling, I'm still fouling.
Shooting for Oklahoma Baptist, number 0, Trevin Wade.
Trevin Wade. First shot is good. Looking to go 2 for 2 for the first time tonight. He was 1 for 2 in both of his first 2 trips to the charity stripe. That is about par for the course for Wade. Although he is an excellent scorer, he is shooting just about 51% for the year from the charity stripe.
Riley McGurk, the 6'2", 170-pound sophomore from Little Rock Christian, gets in the game. Mike Burrow, 5'10", 170-pound redshirt freshman from Altus, Oklahoma, comes in the game. Coach Aker wants no silly fouls again.
Martin pulls up from mid-range. That one won't go, and that should be the ball game right there. All that the Bison have to do is get the ball up past midcourt, and that's exactly what Terry Connor's going to do. The seconds will wind down. And a bit of a tough one tonight for the Tigers, but tip your cap to the Bison, overcoming a double-digit deficit early in the half to create a double-digit lead of their own. And that provides us with the final result. Oklahoma Baptist takes home its 6th victory of the year in an 87-72 effort against the Ouachita Tigers. Well, Chris, when you look at this game, it just felt like a tale of two halves. The Tigers had everything going for them in the first half. The shooting started to taper off there. They tried. They put up some shots, some decent ones too. The ball just wasn't falling the same way in the final 20 minutes. And Oklahoma Baptist finding a way to make the plays, continued to cut into that deficit, and then when they got the lead, they kept piling it on.
It did, and Ouachita just didn't shoot very well. 2 of 16 from three-point range in the second half. They shot 29.4% from the field in the half. And just the defensive effort, and Oklahoma Baptist shot better than they shot just a little bit better. They had a pretty consistent halves, 48.3% from the field in the first half, 48.5% in the second half. Three-point shooting, Oklahoma Baptist was worse. 3 of 7 in the first half, 3 of 12. Be interesting to see the turnovers. This was a 13-13 turnover battle at the end of the game. And really it comes down to Ouachita shooting. 9 of 16 from the three-point range in the first half, 2 of 16 from three-point range in the second half.
Well, here in just a few moments, we are going to talk with the head coach of the Tigers, and that is Dennis Nutt. It's quite the turnaround in the second half for the Bison, as they do finish just shy of 50% of the night shooting, 30 of 62. The three-point shooting didn't really improve per se, as they were actually worse in that category, but it was the plays down low. And not only that, but being able to draw fouls and finish off the plays regardless. I think back to that alley-oop for Wilson. Ransom had one the same way. It was just
Chase, this was a 15-point game, 87-72, and Oklahoma Baptist outscored Ouachita in the paint 42-28. 14-point advantage for points in the paint. And in a 15-point game, that goes to what you were talking about down low. You look at the rebounding as well. Oklahoma Baptist out-rebounded Ouachita 44-31, and they had 14 offensive rebounds. Leading scorers for Oklahoma Baptist, as we take a look at some of the individual stats, led by Terry Connor Jr. with 21 points, Nathan Wilson with 20 points. 5 players in double figures for Oklahoma Baptist. Daniel Ransom with 13, Trevin Wade with 12, Ricky Brown with 11. F.A. Shakira scored 4 points, and Joshua Udomo scored 6 points. Matthew Veen, Riley McGurk, and Mike Burrow all played but did not score. For Ouachita, the Tigers put 3 players in double digits, led by Tyler Haynes with 19, 14 points for Taryn Williams, 11 for M.J. Leslie, 8 points for Reggie Martin, 7 for Emery Knox. Kobe Dunlap with 6 points, 3 points for Marvin Williams-Dunn, and 2 points apiece for both Gavin Snyder and Rollin Belton. All 9 players for Ouachita who played did score. Leading rebounder for Oklahoma Baptist, Daniel Ransom, registers a double-double with 13 points and 12 boards, 11 of those on the defensive end. Trevin Wade with 9, Ricky Brown with 8. Ouachita's leading rebounder was Kobe Dunlap with 6 rebounds, 5 on the defensive end. Tyler Haynes with 5 total rebounds. Taryn Williams with 5 rebounds as well. Chase, I think that kind of sums it up. A tale of 2 halves as I'll get out of here and let Coach Nutt come by. A tale of 2 halves, and it was the outside shooting for Ouachita, the 3-point shooting for the Tigers that was not there in the second half, and that combined with the points in the paint made a big difference.
Another stat I do want to mention before we go is the free throw differential. In this one, 27 free throw attempts for Oklahoma Baptist, sinking 21 of them. On the flip side of that, Ouachita didn't even get double-digit free throw attempts, going 7 for 9.
Right.
So Oklahoma Baptist not only doing a great job of driving to the hoop, getting those easy points, but they also earn those points at the line by drawing contact.
Yeah, and anytime you have 32 three-point attempts in the amount of possessions you're going to have, you're not going to that means you're not going to have as many possessions where you do penetrate or get the ball down low, and that's going to make the free throw differential there.
Well, we are waiting on Coach Dennis Nutt, who is going over the game with his team. Do want to give a shout out to Nathan Wilson again. That's a season high for him with 20 points, and much like we expected Terry Connor putting on a show, the leading scorer for this Bison team, he does the same again tonight with 21 points. For the Tigers, looking to build off this game, bounce back later this week against a Southern Nazarene team who is in a bit of an interesting spot themselves. I see the final score on your screen there, Chris, falling to Henderson State. Southern Nazarene, this is a team that Ouachita actually beat in the Great American Conference Tournament last year when they were the #1 seed in the conference. And not only that, they were a top 20 team in the country at the time.
Right.
This year it's a little bit different. They were picked number 8 in the preseason poll. A lot of turnover in the offseason.
Yeah, Henderson wins 86-72. Southeastern Oklahoma defeats Harding 100-83. And then Southwestern Oklahoma defeats Southern Arkansas 84-72. I'll get out of the way for Coach Nutt.
I'm here now with Coach Dennis Nutt. Coach, obviously not the result you were hoping for tonight. This really felt like a tale of 2 halves. That's what we were talking about in our post-game show. What do you feel like was the turning point in this game?
Well, we didn't respond. You know, they came out and hit us like they're supposed to in the second half. We had a 9-point lead, and we don't seem to respond very well. We had a chance to, we're still right there, and they made a nice run, but you got to withstand that, and you got to turn the corner. You got to turn the page a little bit, and we just didn't respond very well, and I was kind of disappointed with that part of it.
Looking at some of the positives in this game, Tyler Haynes made some nice plays in the post. He was in a size mismatch throughout the night. What did you see from him on the bench?
Tyler is going to do his thing every night. He's a very consistent player. He does a lot of good things for us. That's kind of not our problem. He does a lot for us on both ends, but team defense wise, man, we let some things down, let it get away from us, and we got to learn from it and get going. So it's a lot of basketball left, and just don't. It's frustrating at home. You want to try to take care of this home game. We didn't handle it tonight, second half. So we get a chance to go at it again Saturday.
Well, Coach, before we get to that game Saturday, what do you hope that these players take away from experiences like these?
Well, obviously there's a lot of lessons to learn. You got to respond. There's going to be ups and downs in the game, and we don't handle the low spots very well. You know, we're all excited about the high points, but you got to understand they're going to make a run. Good teams make runs, and it's kind of been our Achilles heel all year. We just don't respond when you have to. We got to figure out that magic potion to get that done.
And you talk about responding too. That'll be a big opportunity for that on Saturday with Southern Nazarene. Should be an interesting matchup against a team that we just saw moments ago fell to Henderson State, but this is a team that Ouachita has competed well with even when they were near the top of the national rankings last year. What do you expect from that game?
Well, they're a much different team. They got a new coach and a lot of new players. Not the same team they had last year, of course. You know, we'll get to studying them. We've been really focused on this game tonight, so we'll turn our attention tomorrow. It's a quick turnaround. But, you know, it's the mental part of our approach. We have to understand that the games are ups and downs, and you got to be able to handle those low spots and come out of it and withstand it and move forward. And that's kind of where we are right now.
All right, well, thank you, Coach, and good luck this week against Southern Nazarene. It'll be an interesting matchup right here at Bill Vining Arena.
You bet. I appreciate it.
That was Coach Dennis Nutt. Tigers, again, losing a bit of a heartbreaker here tonight. After leading by 11 early in the second half, the Tigers fall by 15 by a final score of 87-72. With the win, Oklahoma Baptist going to advance to 6-5 on the year. Ouachita falling to 3-7, but a great chance to bounce back this Saturday in a matchup against Southern Nazarene. That'll be a great one for the men's and the women's team. The women's team is on a roll right now, having won 4 of their first 5 games in Great American Conference play, and they're set to take on the number 7 team in the land. Should be a great one. And then on the men's side of things, you got 2 teams that are coming off of losses. They're 2 young teams who have a fresh look this year, but these are 2 teams that are looking to respond and are finding their way in the conference slate. Going to be a great bounce-back opportunity for both teams. Until then, that wraps up the first broadcast of the 2024 calendar year here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. On behalf